Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres, Madame la ministre d'État, directrice
Ministers,
générale,
Madam Minister of State, Director General of Dubaï Expo 2020, Mr. Ambassador of Togo, Mr. Commissioner General of Togo, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of Togo, dear guests.
et un plaisir pour moi de
It is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here with you today for Togo's National Day.
avant toute chose,
First of all,
exprimer mes sincères
I would like to express my sincere thanks to the authorities of the United Arab Emirates, as well as to the entire organizing team, for their very warm and fraternal welcome that has been extended to us since the beginning of this World Exhibition. The atmosphere of enchantment combined with the modernity in which we are immersed here illustrates well the theme of the exhibition, which intends to be, I quote, "Connect minds, build the future." 170 years after the first World Exhibition in London in 1851, the evolution of the world is indeed encouraging us to continue to stimulate innovation, technical progress, and technology, while at the same time further strengthening international cooperation. For when we are together, united in solidarity, we can achieve great things. Today, more than yesterday, while humanity is marked by the eruption of the COVID-19 pandemic in our lives, one of the greatest lessons of this episode of common vulnerability is the need to make solidarity more alive in order to meet the challenges no one can escape. These challenges range from climate change to health issues, reducing inequalities, and facilitating mobility, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware of the context, and we must congratulate the United Arab Emirates for this achievement and the perfect organization we have witnessed. These congratulations naturally go to the entire population. From your great and beautiful country, which has accustomed us to achieving great things in many fields. How can we not be fascinated and admired by the tour de force that the authorities of the United Arab Emirates have achieved in positioning this country as an unparalleled attraction, a dream space for millions of tourists, and a must-see destination for businessmen and women from the world over? For all these achievements, we offer our sincere congratulations. On behalf of His Excellency For Ezozinda Nyasimbe, President of the Togolese Republic, I would like to solemnly convey my country's congratulations to His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates, for the 50th anniversary of the existence of your country. I wish for renewed prosperity and flourishing cooperation between our two nations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in its march towards progress, Togo, my country, has made digital technology a decisive lever. It is natural that we have chosen to place our participation under the theme of digital inclusion in the development of populations. This theme is in line with the implementation of our country's development vision, which is based on increased digitalization of public life. To this end, our government's roadmap for the period 2020-2025, which promotes social inclusion and harmony, job creation, and the strengthening of structures, proposes a portfolio of 42 projects and reforms, 75% of which have been digital components. In terms of inclusion, our ambition is to provide a digital identity to all populations living in Togo and to develop innovative digital registers and tools for better targeting, support and monitoring of the most vulnerable populations. And thanks to digital technology, this will make it easier for people to access basic social services, particularly in the health, education and social protection sectors. On another front, the development of digital technology can accelerate economic transformation, particularly in high value-added sectors, such as major infrastructures. Whether in the field of energy with a combination of energy and digital technology, or in civil engineering where it is the question of combining the deployment of fiber optics to reinforce the connectivity of the territory. In addition, in order to thoroughly transform the operational model for the delivery of public services to our fellow citizens, particularly in a context where the latter are increasingly demanding, the Togolese government is initiating actions to modernize the administrations. Thus, by 2025, Togo aims to have all administrative procedures described, available, and achievable online. Several efforts have already been made to digitalize several administrative procedures, such as setting up a company, paying taxes, and requesting a criminal record. Initiatives for the digitalization of visa application, passports, and electricity connections, as well as the establishment of a national portal for digitalized public services, are currently underway. My country has a successful track record in this area, and this was particularly evident in combating the pandemic and COVID-19 and starting the road to recovery. Indeed, from the very beginning of the spread of COVID-19, we deployed a digital platform, Novisi, in the Togolese language, which means solidarity, to make cash transfers to vulnerable people who lost all or part of their daily income due to the restrictive measures taken to fight the pandemic. This platform was deployed in 10 days and enabled the distribution of nearly $34 million directly to more than 920,000 beneficiaries, nearly a quarter of the Togolese adult population. Even today, the management of the disease, health control at air borders, and the vaccination strategy rely heavily on digital technology. Indeed, Togo has put in place a digitized process for immigration formalities and health checks for travelers to and from Lomé. Finally, Togo's vaccination pass is the only one in sub-Saharan Africa to be recognized by the European Union. And this is because of its reliability and the fact that it meets the standards of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, in view of the many challenges that remain to be met in order to achieve our objectives, we have embarked on a process of reform that will enable us to accelerate our position as a leader in the field of digitalization. Let me mention in particular the results already achieved with the inauguration in 2021 of a world-class data center and the creation of an agency dedicated to the development of digital in our country. Several projects presented at the Togo Pavilion perfectly illustrate our ambitions in this area, which are essentially aimed at using digital technology to provide the best possible services to our populations. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I would like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to the head of state His Excellency Mr. Faure Ezosina Nyasimbe for his vision of development, which has enabled our country to achieve so many victories over poverty. And this vision aims to achieve the most inclusive development possible in a spirit of preserving peace in a sub-regional context marked by an increase in security threats. When you have the opportunity to visit the Togolese pavilion, you will be able to perceive the spirit of peace and joy which emanates from our culture and which is based on living together and the spirit of initiative, in particular that of young people and women. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Togo has an important value proposition for the world. Indeed, Togo is today a logistical and financial hub of reference with the fourth most important port in Africa and the presence of its midst of several international bank holding companies such as EcoBank International, a Pan-African bank present in over 34 countries. These elements predispose our country to be the natural gateway of the Western African market to the future African continental free trade area, a market of more than 1 billion inhabitants, and to increased connectivity with the rest of the world. Furthermore, Togo offers a unique capacity for implementation thanks to the pragmatic leadership of the head of state. Indeed, it is the only country where, in the midst of the pandemic, an industrial platform project was designed and implemented in 1 year only. It is the Aditikope industrial platform, which covers an area of 400 hectares and is located a few minutes away from the Lomé Port Authority. This execution capacity was also proven with Amea Power, an Emirati company, which is the strategic partner for the construction of the largest solar power plant in Western Africa, which was completed in less than 18 months and inaugurated last June. In Togo, my dear friends of the business world, you will find a committed leadership, mobilized teams, and a hard-working population. Today's Togo Economic Day was an opportunity to highlight all these economic successes, and I thank you for taking an active part. May God help us to strengthen the cooperation between our two countries, and may He bless us all. With these words, I declare open the National Day of Togo at Expo 2020 Dubai. Long live Togo, and I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you very much.